From Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth, welcome into Pregame Tomahawk Talk. Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Adam Gotkin. The Bourne Braves back in action tonight for the second straight night against a fellow West Division rival. Last night for the Bravos, the first tie of the season. Yes, there are ties in Cape League baseball. That was 6-6 against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in a wild game that went into extra innings. Both teams scored a run in extra innings. We'll get you the highlights from that in just a minute. But first, for a second, to talk about this Falmouth Commodores team, 1-4 on the season, right now in last place in the Cape League. They really struggled to start the year with just 2 runs in the first 3 games, but a huge turnaround at the plate the last 2 times out. Last night, it was a 10-8 loss against the YD Red Sox, but 8 runs was a huge step forward for this Commodores offense. Well, as I said, we'll get you the highlights from last night's Bourne Braves game. Cam Mena and Nathan Schwartz had the call on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. And we continue on here on Pregame Tomahawk Talk. I'm joined now by the broadcasters Nathan Schwartz and Cam Manna. Nathan, I want to start with you. Today on the mound for the Bravos, it's Zane Adams out of Alabama. He's a guy who we saw pitch a little bit earlier this season.
Yeah, he pitched in the opener, went a clean inning, no walks, no strikeouts in that one, a pretty generic performance, but Adams, a guy that made 13 starts in his freshman season at Alabama and really impressed in the SEC, and he's getting his first chance to start here in Bourne ahead of his visit with Team USA next week.
Well, I know you're a big Alabama guy. They've got Rob Vaughn, who was the old Maryland coach, so if he likes Adams, then that says something for sure. Over to you, Cam. This Bourne team has had an interesting start to the season. The win on opening day, and then a 3-game losing skid, and then the tie yesterday. Just how important is it for this team to get back into the win column tonight?
Well, over and over again, we'll talk about how early on it is, and a lot is going to change throughout this summer. But early on, you can build culture right now, coming back and snapping a 3-game losing streak with the tie last night. This teaches you a lot about a team's resilience and culture right now and what they can bring to the table and trying to bounce back heading into a crucial weekend for this group. Don't want to slip too many away right now, so we're going to learn a lot about the Bravos here tonight.
And so, Nate, what did we learn last night about this Braves offense? Because they turned it around a little bit with 6 runs.
Well, we learned that they can score runs, right? They can put up more than 1 or 2 on the board. And we learned that this is a team that can stack an inning together. We saw in the opener they put up 6 in the 4th. They put up 3 in the 6th last night. So we just need to start seeing a little bit more of that fluidness. You know, you get one batter to the next, hit after hit after hit. You just keep getting on base. Good things are going to happen.
All right, well, thank you very much, Nathan and Cam. Pregame Tomahawk Talk rolls on. And we're now joined here on Pregame Tomahawk Talk by Clay Grady out of Virginia Tech. First off, Clay, thanks for taking the time today.
Yeah, of course, man.
So I want to start things off with you having a Virginia Tech teammate here with you in Bourne and Garrett Michelle. What's that like, and how does that help the transition?
Yeah, it's awesome. Makes me a little more comfortable getting here. He's my roommate at school, one of my best friends. So, it's obviously good to have somebody that's gone through it before, and makes me a little more comfortable.
And we're playing the Falmouth Commodores today. There's a couple guys on Falmouth who also go to Virginia Tech. What's that like when you run into those guys?
Yeah, it's awesome. I've never really gotten to play against them in a game like this. We played an inter-squad together, and those are obviously some of my best friends too. So, I'm excited to play them today.
Does it always mean a little bit more when you're going up against them?
Yeah, of course, of course.
So this season, you've already stolen 5 bases. You had 3 on opening night. What's that like as a player when you're just able to run free?
Yeah, I wanted to work on stealing bases a little more. I've always had speed, but needed to work on stealing bases, and this is an opportunity to do that in the summer before I get back to school next year.
How important is it to have this stretch of summer ball where it's still super competitive, but there are things that you can kind of focus on and work on without all the pressure of the school season?
Yeah, as you said, takes a little pressure off. You can work on things, but you always want to win, always want to win, but you can work on things and also win at the same time.
What's the morale like after a tie last night?
Yeah, it's a tie, so you know how that is. You obviously want to win, but we played a good game. So did Hyannis, so it was a good battle.
How much confidence does that give you guys, just knowing how well Hyannis was doing going into that game and knowing that, even after 3 straight losses, you guys can play with them?
Yeah, we just try to focus on ourselves. I trust all these guys in the dugout, even though I've known them for maybe 2 weeks. But, we have a great team, good chemistry, so it's all coming together.
All right, thank you very much, Clay.
Yeah, man, thank you.
We continue on here on Pregame Tomahawk Talk from Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth. I'm Adam Gockett alongside beat reporter for the Bourne Braves, Sean Brennan. And Sean, this is a very interesting Commodores team. 1-4 on the season, but even though they've only had 1 win, they've completely turned around the season from the first 3 games to now.
I bet the Braves wish that they saw the Commodores a couple days ago, because in the first 3 games, it was tough sledding for that offense. 2 runs on 5 hits, but in their last 2 games, they seem to have flipped the switch. 21 runs on 25 hits. They've been putting up numbers against some good teams. They picked up a win a couple days ago over Brewster, lost 10-8 last night to YD, so definitely turning a corner here. Now, here's the interesting thing about the Commodores. They walk a lot. They're tied for the most in the league, but they also strike out the 3rd most. So if you're the Braves, you got to throw strikes. Don't give out those free passes, because they will work those walks.
And a big part of this offensive turnaround really is just one guy.
Yeah, Luke Gaffney, second baseman out of Purdue, Big Ten Freshman of the Year. So lots of accolades right there. But yeah, 7 for 10 in his last 2 games. I mean, he has really been the driver of this offense, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with tonight.
Sometimes all you need is one guy to start turning things around, and that's been the case for this Commodores offense. For this Commodores pitching staff, as you said, it struggled a little bit this season, gave up 10 runs last night against YD, but they've got a guy out of Brown who's been one of the better pitchers out of the Ivy League.
Yeah, Jake Seppings. He was their #1 starter for Brown, and a little high ERA, above 7, but his strikeouts to walks pretty nice. He won't throw a lot of balls, won't give out a lot of free passes. So, like I said, the ERA a bit high, but he can definitely throw strikes. So definitely can't take this guy lightly.
And he has experience in summer ball, and he's pitched a lot better in summer ball than in college so far in his career. So, maybe his stuff really does translate well here to the Wooden Bats. Well, first pitch coming up at 6 here from Gov Fuller Field. You don't want to go anywhere. Bourne Braves baseball starts soon.